Hey everyone! Today we'll be talking about the derived class constructors and deconstructors. What we want to find out is when there's a constructor and deconstructor in the Big Brother class, does the baby class also inherit the constructor as it inherits everything else? So we'll start by making a constructor and deconstructor in the Big Brother class. We make a function with the same name, Big Brother, and also tilde, which is the squiggly dash, Big Brother for the deconstructor. We'll build the constructor, so see out Big Bro constructor. Then same again, but remember to add the tilde for the deconstructor. And write Big Bro deconstructor. There is now a Big Brother class with a successful constructor and deconstructor. When we create a Big Brother object, it builds the object Big Bro constructor. And when destroyed, Big Bro deconstructor. Next we'll build a baby object. Let me remind you that I'd said the baby class does not inherit the constructor or the deconstructor. So build the baby object, write baby and name it Sweetie, then build and run it. So it shows Big Bro constructor twice. And we were under the impression the baby class doesn't inherit the constructor from the Big Brother class. But it seems the program has run this constructor twice and it did inherit it. So why is that? By building a baby constructor, we can find out. So type baby parenthesis, tilde, baby semicolon, and hopefully that should run smoothly. The Big Brother class has its own specific constructor and deconstructor, and so does the baby class. So now we expect two sets of constructors and deconstructors, one from the Big Brother class and one from the baby class. We build and run the program, and we can see that although we built the baby object, it's still running the Big Brother and the baby constructor. So the Big Brother constructor still runs, although the baby constructor isn't inheriting it. So basically, when you start this program, you have one baby object to create. And first thing the program will do is invoke the base class's constructor. The baby class has one base called Big Brother. It'll then invoke the Big Brother's constructor. So the very first thing we did was invoke the Big Brother's constructor, and then we could invoke the baby's constructor. When you use a class, it sets up all its base classes before doing anything to its own class. So if there was a whole family of classes, you would have to start at the very top class. The constructor will finish executing first on the highest class. Reason being, when a class inherits from another class, it needs to set up the class above it in order to make sure everything will work inside it. So each class will say it needs the class above it in order to work. In this case, the baby class needs the Big Brother class to be set up first in order for it to work. That's why the Big Brother constructor gets called first. So the baby class is basically setting it up and not inheriting. That's the reason the Big Brother constructor gets ran first, then the baby. But it's the opposite for the deconstructor. First the baby gets called, then the Big Brother. So it goes Big Brother, baby, baby, Big Brother. So in this program, when an object gets destroyed, its deconstructor gets called. When the program saw that the deconstructor was called, a whole lot of deconstructors were called after it, starting from the bottom right to the top. So if you had an object like baby, all the highest base class will get instantiated first, and then it'll work its way down. Every class needs the class above it in order for the object to work. So although we weren't inheriting the big brother, it had to get called to get set up before the baby. The first to die will be the baby object when this program ends, and it'll set off a domino effect right to the top. Until next time, see you and take care.